تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر ذنوبا جميعا صدق الله مولانا Nazim. Honorable Prime Minister of Malaysia, my dear brother Dato Seri Anwar Ibrahim, Deputy Prime Minister of Pakistan Muhammad Ishaq Dar, Minister of Commerce Pakistan Jam Kamal, distinguished businessmen from Malaysia and Pakistan, honorable ministers, parliamentarians, government officials, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It's really a great pleasure to be here before this august assembly of Pakistani and Malaysian entrepreneurs who in their own right are outstanding ambassadors in the field of investment, trade and commerce. Pakistan and Malaysia are two brotherly countries, have very fraternal relations spanning over decades. However, our business bilateral cooperation, joint investments, FDIs, research and development are areas where we need to really work closely with each other to further enhance our business relations. I know for a fact that Malaysian entrepreneurs have really excelled in the field of information technology, manufacturing electronic goods, and of course, oil, gas, copper, and many other important areas where Pakistan and Malaysia can team their efforts together and really create a new market, not only between the two countries, but become potential supplier and exporters to third countries. In this behalf, and productive meetings this morning with my brother, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who is most forthcoming and very keen that our business relations must move forward at lightning speed. I think this seminar is a testimony of our joint, our ardent desire that this is an area where we must cooperate with each other as of yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to mention a few important points for your kind consideration. I'm sure Minister of Commerce Jam Kamal and his associates must have had lengthy discussion with you. But basically, Pakistan is an agrarian economy. And we are exporting a lot of agri-products to your great country, my second home, Malaysia. We have a youth bulge, which in Chinese parlance is a challenge as well as carries great opportunity. And in this area, both Malaysia and Pakistan are geared to really make use of this asset. And if we can provide them with modern training in technology, in artificial intelligence, information technology, vocational training, and modern skills, we can transform this challenge into a great opportunity. Then, Pakistan offers great opportunities in the field of tourism. I know that Malaysian tourists have been visiting Pakistan. I think this is one area where we can really team our efforts together. Pakistan offers one of the world's most beautiful resorts in northern parts of Pakistan. In Gilgit, Baltistan, Hunza, Nagar, and many other beautiful areas. Nanga Parbat, K2. So what is required is that we borrow your expertise. Tourists in Malaysia, companies in Malaysia, and Pakistani companies should sit down and discuss how to promote tourism between the two countries. And this will be a game changer. Secondly, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan offers access to Gulf states, areas of industries, agriculture, or other high-tech industries where Malaysian labor has become expensive. Pakistan offers cheaper skilled labor, and combining investment portfolios between the two countries, B2B, offering cheaper labor in Pakistan, skilled labor, we can establish joint ventures and its production can then be exported to Gulf countries, to Central Asian countries, Afghanistan, and of course, many other important areas of destination. Our macroeconomic indicators are, mashallah, very encouraging. 2 years ago, our inflation we had galloping inflation. It reached a level of 36%. Now it's down to single digit. Our policy rates were 22.5%. Now these are down to 11%. We have IMF program, which is obviously important to stabilize our economy, but this program will come to its end in the next 2 years. And if Malaysian and Pakistani entrepreneurs really make a commitment that we will have joint ventures here in Malaysia, in Pakistan, I think we will say goodbye to IMF for all times to come. because what you have done in Malaysia in the last few years is nothing less than a miracle under the most able leadership of President Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who has served this great country in different positions in the past as well. And now he is in the helm of affairs. He is a very visionary leader, understands business very well, and has this spark and dynamism to really promote this relationship between our two countries. I will conclude by saying that Pakistan is the fifth largest cotton and milk producing country around the globe. We are, of course, fourth largest mango producer, but our mango in terms of its taste is second to none, sweeter than honey and sugar. And I'm sure Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has tasted our mango during the season. How did you find it? Good, very good. So, there is great potential in these areas, enterprises, where during off-season, we can have a mechanism to collect these wonderful fruits, vegetables, store them, and then have value addition, make jams, marmalade, and various other products, and then export them. This is again a win-win situation. Livestock is another area. This morning, I was able to make my brother Prime Minister agree, and he was more than happy to agree and announce a quota for Pakistan worth $200 million exporting meat to Malaysia. I assure you, my brothers and sisters, that we will compete with international prices, quality, and in terms of shipment commitments, we will honor them, and this will be again a great addition, in our bilateral trade cooperation. Finally, Balochistan's Reko Dik mine holds enough copper to power the global energy transition. Similarly, there are several other sites in Pakistan's geology that offer attractive options for investments. These sectors leverage Pakistan's natural resources, skilled workforce, and strategic location, while drawing on Malaysian expertise, experience, technology, and investment capacity. Ladies and gentlemen, like Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, I firmly believe that while governments can lay the foundations and provide the enabling framework, it is solely the private sector that must drive the engines of growth. Business should be run by business houses, entrepreneurs, experts in the private sector, and not by governments. The only and the sole role of any government is to act as a catalyst to promote business and friendly business environments. We therefore encourage business from Pakistan and Malaysia to pursue joint ventures, B2B partnerships, and technology collaborations. Finally, I would say, by establishing operations in Pakistan, companies gain a strategic gateway to vast regional and global markets. Through Pakistan, we can jointly have access to Gulf markets on competitive terms. I am very confident that with our combined efforts, inshallah, we will unlock new horizons of trade, investment, industrial collaboration, and create a synergy where 1 + 1 is not 2, but 11, inshallah. Thank you. Long live Pakistan-Malaysia friendship.